what's up, cool cats? Welcome to the channel. If you are new, hi y'all, hi. My name is Kitty. If you're a returning subscriber, what's up, you guys? Sending loads of love your way. Make sure that you have liked this video. Make sure that you have subscribed to the channel, and make sure you ding the notification bell as well, so you don't miss out when videos get posted. So today's video is going to be, why do people admire you? Why do they love you? So if this is the reading that you're interested in, make sure you keep watching. If you're not interested in this kind of video, make sure you check out the tarot playlist. There are over 100 videos for you to choose from. I'm sure you might find something that you would like. Okay, so again, 3 piles for you to choose from. You're going to choose from this toothbrush. And don't worry, this toothbrush does not get used. I use this toothbrush in my pick of piles. But the toothbrush, the eraser, and the pen. Alright, so before we get started, just take 3 deep mindful breaths. Ask yourself, why do people admire you? What pile has a message for you? If more than one pile calls out to you, that means you have more than one message in the piles. Alright, so I'm going to show you again pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Why do people admire you? Okay, I'm going to start with pile number 1. And this video probably won't be long like my other videos. We'll see. Okay, so for some of you guys, if you chose pile number 1, some of you guys have really good oral hygiene, and people really admire you and love the fact that you take care of your oral health, because oral health is so important. You also probably have a beautiful smile. Your teeth are always white. This is from the perception of other people, so if you're like, I don't know, this is just how people perceive you, and this is why they love you, because that oral health hygiene be on point. And like your smile brightens up a room. Like I'm seeing someone like having a bad day, and like you come in there like, hey, and they're all like, I feel better now, just because like you got that smile. Like your smile makes other people smile, and I'm here like, I'm happy because you're happy. It's a whole vibe. People also, you have orphan. My bad if you can't see that, you guys. This morning. But yeah, like you have orphan. So people admire the fact that in a lot of ways, like you lack, but you still, like, don't let that get to you. Like you still, like you've been through some stuff, and you still have the ability to smile, and you do smile. Like you smile a lot for someone who has been through moments where they felt abandoned, or maybe you don't have both of your parents, or like when you were younger, like you was like the loner, the isolated, the lone wolf person who likes to be by themselves, or that's how you just tended to be. And people are like, they admire the fact that like, wow, they didn't have any friends, but they're still the life of the party. Like, wow, they didn't have a dad at home, and we all had dads at home. Like, wow. Or like you didn't have a mom, or like you was in the foster system, or whatever it is that makes you different. Like you embrace that, and people like admire the fact that you embrace whatever you are, or whoever you are. You embrace whatever you went through, because you realize like, I went through it, I got through it, and here I am. Like people really admire that. Like from the outside looking in, like people can sometimes say like they don't have, like they wouldn't be smiling in a situation like that, but and then they see you and you're like, you know, cool and unbothered, and you also have trees. Like you're so connected. People admire like the connection that you have with the earth. People admire that you're a tree hugger, or that you love the trees, or that you love nature. You probably love nature and outdoors more than actually connecting with people. Um, but people really admire that like you have a connection with Mother Nature, you have a connection with the trees, and you're such a gentle person, because like it's because I keep going back to your upbringing. So this particular person that admires you, or these people that admire you, they probably know you. Like I'm not seeing someone who posts their whole life on social media. Like these are people that you know, maybe like childhood friends or your family members. Like they've seen your growth. But these are people that know you. Okay, maybe they even went to school with you. Like that type of know you. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like this is someone who's been able to witness your the shit that you've been through, if I'm being honest. Like, this is someone who's been able to witness that, and they're like, and this person is still smiling. Like, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, way to go. Like, but yeah, this person is definitely like, you know, someone that you probably know. You have the King of Wands, and I'm not taking any reversals because I'm only reading the positive, because it's why the people love you and admire you. Okay, so we have the King of Wands again. Like, you just someone who is like, you're fair, you're just, you're kind, you're balanced, you're grounded. Like, again, like, you ain't got no person around. You got the little lizard. Like, yeah, you've been through a lot. Um, but you still show so much strength and courage, and people really admire that. And wow, you have the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles, so some of you guys are able to like really get your money up. Like, y'all was able to get your money up, you was able to upgrade in some way. Like, people really like admire and love like the upgrades that are happening in your life. Like, these people that are looking at your life, admiring you and loving you, they love the fact that you was able to come from nothing and have something. They love the fact that like it's just like you didn't have to step on nobody's back to get here. Like, it was just your hard work, determination, your will, your courage, your strength. This was like you. Okay, the Moon. Okay, so what I'm getting right here is like, again, like, not that you don't feel superior, and that's what people really love and admire about you, because you've maybe developed a certain level of status or certain type of like level up or upgrade, or your money, it has, you gotten more money, or like something where your status changed when you was looking very bummy, and now you the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Like, how that happen? You know, like, you did a whole freaking 360 coming back fit, like, because there was like lack, there was like abandonment, there was like losing, you know, and now people are wanting to know like, what's your secret, how you get so high, how you get there, you know. And then you got people um wanting to use you, or people wanting to like try and drain your energy. You done put up some boundaries, that's what it is. You done put up some boundaries. You got people trying to like, you know, people really admire the fact that you have boundaries, that you are protecting your emotions, that you are protecting your peace from these dogs. Like wow. People admire the fact that, um, again, that you come so far. People admire the fact that you have emotional intelligence. People are admiring the fact that you have boundaries, even though you might have boundaries against them. Um, you know, like, you might have boundaries against them, and that might really make them upset. But it's like they still admire the fact that you have strength enough to put that boundary up against them, of all people. You know, it's like that. Um, and it's just, this is like really beautiful, because it's like this unfazed, unbothered type. Like, both of these cards are just like, you know, I hope you guys can see that. Let me put my candle a little closer so you guys can see. But yes, this is like really like beautiful. Number one, what people admire about you, again, the orphan coming to life. Like, you are rediscovering who you are. You are establishing boundaries again with the animals. Like, you connect more with like nature and with animals more than you connect with actual people. And people admire the fact that you can be so isolated and okay. Like, you don't have to be out in the world to be in the world and to feel like you're in the world. Like, people admire the fact that you don't need others to validate you. Like, you bring yourself to life. People admire like your spiritual connection or the discipline that you have. People, they also love your body. They love that, you know, even in clothes, like even dressed in like robes and stuff like that, you still can make it look good. And like here, like, you have a very sensual softness to you, and people really admire and love that about you as well. They love that you are sweet and soft and sensitive to certain things. Um, People also admire that once you put your mind to something, you are so focused on it, like can't nobody distract you or take your attention off of it. You can be an artist as well, and people love your expression in your art. People love the fact that you're not just like copying someone else's work. This is coming from your heart and soul. Like people really love whatever you put out into the world, whatever art you put out into the world. And don't limit art, okay? Do not limit art. Art is more than just drawing and painting. Art is so expansive. It's like a three-letter word that just represents so much. But anyways, people love the fact that they can really see you and feel you in your work, in the things that you do, in your art. Like people really love like your mind. People really, it's because like you don't pay no attention to like what other people got going on. You're literally just focused on whatever you got, whatever you're doing. Like you're really focused on yourself and your own kingdom and your garden in your kingdom and connecting with nature and just getting yourself right. That's what you're focused on. And people really like admire the fact that where your mind is at. This has big picture thinking, Pleiadius energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Like people really admire and love like your ideas. They love your mind. Like they want to pick your brain. People love like the way you see things. They love your perspective. They love like how can you, because it's like again it's like someone going from being poor to rich in every single aspect, like poor thinking, poor habits, like that, to being someone who is rich thinking and rich mind and just doing things different. Like it's a complete shift. People literally are like so in love and like they admire the fact that you got money and like stability. It's not just money, it's stability, it's freedom. They love that you have that, like that freedom to be yourself, that freedom to express yourself, that freedom to just explore more of yourself and your sexuality and your sensuality. They love your freedom. They love like your perception. They love like they want to see things through your eyes, like because it's like, yeah, they just so admired by like the way you think and the way you see things and your ideas, because it's like you can like take someone's ideas and like bounce it back to them, so they have like now instead of just this one big grand idea, they just have like 5 new other ideas because you kind of just bounce new things off of them, or you just kind of ask them questions to like make their mind go in a different way than it already is. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now, so that was it for you. I'm going to pull some Moonology just to see like what's your moon message, and then we're going to wrap it up to pile number 2. So pile number 1, make sure you like this video and subscribe. If you're just tuning in, I'm wrapping up pile number 1. Okay, what's the moon message for pile number 1? Don't let your pride get in the way in anything. Ooh, okay. And then we have confidence is the key to success. These are just messages, additional messages from the moon that you need to know. And we have Leo twice. So you could be a Leo, you could be a fire sign. And you could just have those aspects somewhere in your chart. Show the world the real you. And take time to breathe it out. So with these messages, these Moonology messages, the message for you is don't let your pride get in the way. If you need help, ask, or if you need to more clarity, ask questions. Don't be afraid of like, they might think something of me because I asked a stupid question or something like that. BS. Okay, this is like, don't let your pride get in the way because it's unnecessary. If you will never know the answer if you're not asking questions. So get used to asking questions, get used to asking for help. Because you don't have to go at it alone. So don't let your pride get in the way and make you feel like you have to do things alone. When teamwork makes the dream work. Okay? So confidence is your key to success. You have to believe in yourself, baby, day in and day out. Okay? You have to move with confidence. Move that what you're doing is the right thing for you. You know, you gotta just move confidently because you're not being steered in the wrong direction. Show the world the real you, right under come to life. Okay, it's okay to because we have boundaries. Okay, and we change our minds and stuff like that, and we change our attitudes and we change. So continue to show up as yourself. Continue to be who you are to the fullest extent. And take time to breathe it out. Go outside, get into nature, and just recharge yourself. Pile number one. So that's what I have for you. Pile number one. Like, subscribe, and ding the notification bell as well. And I'm moving on to pile number two. All right, we are on pile number two. Okay, pile number two. You might smell really, really nice, and people admire the fact that you smell nice. Maybe you used to stink, because look at the face. The face is like, you know, but this eraser is like scented, and it smells really, really good. Like, smell. It smells like green apple. Sweet green apple. Maybe not even green apple. It smells really, really sweet though. It smells good. It smells like candy. So your name could be Candy, or you smell like candy. Alright, so some of you guys, and don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. This is what the people admire and love about you, and that's what it is. People admire the fact that maybe you look excuse me, maybe you look like you smell bad, or you used to in the past. Okay, this is also someone who's done like a physical glow up, where you are now looking better. Okay, it's like someone's done a glow up. Someone's looks have just gotten more beautiful. Okay, you've gotten more beautiful. Oh my gosh, you know, I'm hearing white chicks when they were like, what did you say? When they were Cameron Diaz to Jay-Z. So maybe you guys have had like some type of surgery or like enhancements or something. Doesn't have to be on the face, but some type of like body enhancements. Because I'm getting a particular scene on white chicks when they were just talking about all the different things, like we got our knees done, and I can't think of the particular line. Like it's like in my head, but I can't think of it. But anyways, my point is, so in some way your looks have physically changed for the better. Like now you are looking like 10 times more attractive than you were before. Okay. Oh, you know, another thing is you could be focusing more on your hygiene, okay, your body and the smell of your body, and really focusing on your appearance. Because I'm hearing if you look good, you feel good, and it's that whole thing, and really focusing on like paying attention to what you wear, not just for external validation, but for self, because you want to feel good. And so you're like you're upgrading your wardrobe. You're really focusing on keeping your hair nice, really focusing on smelling nice and smelling good all through the day. That's what I'm seeing, like, and people are admiring you and loving you for that. Okay, so look, you are stepping in your power. People admire the fact that you are stepping into your power, becoming the high priest or the high priestess. I don't know. People love the fact that you have trust and faith, like you have unshakable trust and faith. People are loving the fact that you are such a giver. You are balanced. People love the fact that you don't mind sharing like what you're doing to be successful, or you don't mind sharing for free. Like you don't mind giving. People love and admire the fact that you are a giver, and that you're powerful. I'm hearing you're powerful and don't know it. So people love you and admire the fact that you are stepping into your power, but people still think that you don't realize just how powerful you are. Okay, because that's what I'm hearing. Because you got people also like, this is coming out, it's funny, but you got people who was like kind of like talking about you back in the day, like trying to get a handout from you. Like, I always used to like you. Like, you looking good now. I always used to like you. You know how they do. Boy, look at them trying to come in. But anyways, let's get me sidetracked. But people love the fact that you are determined and that you don't give up and you don't take no for an answer. People love the fact that you really have been through a lot of like heartbreak and betrayal. People know that, and people recognize that you've been stabbed in the back by people you thought was supposed to love you forever and appreciate you forever. But you have just been through so much. But the thing is, not only have you been through much, you have overcome that, and that has like solidified your trust and faith because like you got through it, and in getting through it, you're able to literally, yeah, become the King of Cups and like get that emotional balance. Like people love and admire the fact that um that despite everything that you've been through, all the hurt, all the pain, all the frustration, all the loss, everything that you've been through, and you still are someone who's still giving and still sharing and still kind and still trusting and still having so much faith and belief in themselves and in this higher system. And then we have the King of Cups again. Like, I mean, I pulled it out, but yeah, the King of Cups. Like, you are balanced. Like, you balancing your emotions. Like, and you just letting things flow. Like, you learn to go with the flow too. And people admire and love that about you, that you're able to go with the flow. And that you're so like in your throat chakra energy, like you're speaking with love and appreciation for yourself and for others. Like, you are coming off as someone who is speaking from their heart and who is giving from their heart, and I just love it. People admire the fact that you like literally been through some stuff, but you know that no matter what you're going through, no matter how heavy and strong the storm is, that it will pass. Look, and again, like after the storm, look, he's just sitting on, look, everything else is water around him, but he still has his solid foundation and he still has his throne. And that's what people admire about you. Like, no matter what may come your way, you know, like, you are still good. Like, people really love the fact that you are number one. People in your life, like, people love that you choose you over anyone and everybody. And like, people was like calling you ugly and being mean and mistreating you, and like, you allowed yourself to get so bent and so broken for so long, and then you got to a point where you just snatched the goddamn power back. Give me my goddamn power back. Why did I even give this to you in the first place? You don't deserve it. And you're like literally like taking your power back, and people are admiring that. Like, so many people try to do you wrong and get you down and beat you up, and you snatch that power back so fast. And that's what you do now. Like, when you really snatch that power back, you ain't got no power over pile number two. Then we have the courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. Again, so with this comes a message, and I'm going to talk about the message in a minute. But people love and admire the fact that you've blossomed and you've bloomed into such a beautiful flower, like in every single aspect of your life, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Like, you've freaking blossomed, you've opened up, and you've changed, and you have so much more to offer the world than you did before. So it's like, don't shut yourself out. That's the message with this card. Like, don't shut yourself up, like, out from the world. The world still needs you, okay? Allow yourself to be seen. Let yourself be seen. You have blossomed into such a beautiful person, okay, inside and out, okay? You have such a unique nature. So people probably wasn't, you might have even been advanced for your time. And like, you have such a unique nature. Like, you're like Like, again, there's so many layers to you. Like, people might see one side of you one day and the next side of you the next day, and it's like, you weren't like that yesterday. But you have such a unique nature, okay? You're such a gift, okay? You have such a unique nature. You have so much to offer, and people really admire, like, your uniqueness. People love the fact that you're so different, and um, when you do show out, you show out in a way that shows how different you are, and people really love the fact that you're not afraid to show who you are. And like, you're different and you're weird, but you're like, it's so beautiful. So let's get the message from the moon for you, pal number 2. And like, yeah, because I keep hearing glow up, glow up, glow up. So yeah, pal number 2, you definitely had such a glow up, and like, people's heads are turning, people are noticing, but then but your vibe is still like, back then you didn't want me, now hot you all on me. Mike Jones. Don't act like you don't know the name. Ain't nothing changed. I'ma change. I'ma stay the same. But yeah, like, that's the whole vibe that I'm getting from you. So let's get your moon message. We have work through your fears. Again, like, you have fear of being rejected, and it doesn't show all the time, but when it does, it can be kind of heavy. And that's where you are like, my faith is stronger than my fears. Okay, and I choose to walk by faith, not by fear. And it's like, you are not that same ugly duckling anymore. Because I'm getting the story of the ugly duckling when he came back around and he was shy, but he was freaking gorgeous. And he was still inside feeling like the ugly duckling, feeling abandoned, feeling like, like that distance. But it's like, nah, baby, you got to take your power back. You got to realize. You got to give that strength and courage back to yourself. So this is like, work through your fears. Don't let that someone calling you ugly years ago get in your mind and stick with you, because that's not true. You was never that. Okay, so it's like, work through your fears, pile number 2, whatever fears you have, and continue to work through them until you are doing things by faith, not by fear. And you have the message for pile number 2 from the moon. And the moon governs our emotions, so these are emotional messages for you. Oh, the moon goes. Got the moon and the sun. Brighter than the sun. Alright, so I think that's it for pile number 2. Okay. What do you need to release? Again, like, people calling you ugly, people like making you feel like you have a lot of betrayals and backstabbing things. So maybe you got betrayed by your friends, you got betrayed in relationships, you got betrayed in job situations or family situations, or whatever it is where you feel like you wasn't good enough. That's what you need to release, because you was never not good enough, pile number 2. You was always good enough, but they wasn't good enough for you. So they had to do what they had to do to get you to go. And it sounds bad, but it's like, you have to take your power back. Every single time you feel like worthless to that person or that situation, that means you are giving your power away. Take it. Let me feel weak because I feel like I'm not good enough. No. Snatch that power back. Okay, and work through your fears. What fears do you need to release? Pile number 2. And that's what you need to ponder. But you have been working on your physical hygiene. You have been working on your physical appearance. And people are noticing, like, you are no longer that ugly duckling anymore. You are no longer ugly. Even though you was never ugly to begin with. Like, the ugly duckling was never ugly to begin with. He was still a cute little duck. He was just different than the other ducks. Okay, and then what? When he glowed up, he was such a beautiful swan. I mean, feathers so silk and fluffy and whoop, right? He was the peacock of the ducks. And then all the ducks that he came by, they was like, oh, you handsome, dang. Is that the little gray duck? Damn, how you get like that? And that's what it's like for you, but it's like, you was never ugly, but you let people make you feel that way because you gave your power away. And when you give your power away, you feel small. When you take your power back, you realize who the fuck you are and how big you actually are. So that's what I have for you, pal number 2. If you enjoyed this reading, like it, subscribe to the vibe if you haven't, and ding the notification bell as well if you haven't. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Alright, and now we are moving on to pile number 3. If you chose the pink pen, hi, pile number 3. This reading is for you. And I'm just going to hold it here for a second, just so people know that this is pile number 3. Alright, so let's get into this reading, pile number 3. Wow. So we have knighthood. So people love and admire the fact that you are very loyal to the cause. Okay, you are very loyal to whatever the cause is. Okay, you're very loyal and you're trustworthy, and those are really good components. Like, somebody can tell you their secret, and even if you're pissed, y'all ain't even cool no more, you know, or what they know, that they're not going to hear about it on social media. They know that nobody else is going to come to them with their secret, because regardless, that's just the type of person you are. Like, even if we ain't cool, like, you dead to me, so is the situation you told me about. I ain't keeping your damn secret, but I'm not the type of person that's going to tell the whole world about your secret. I'm just going to put it in the ground. It no longer belongs to me, just like you don't. And that's the type of energy that you got and you have. And so that's why people really admire you, because you're that type of person. Like, ooh, sorry, Blaze. I'm scared when I flick the card back. And you also have medicine man or medicine woman. So people love the fact that you are healing. And again, so there is some type of like betrayal energy, or just a not knowing, or just something not seeing eye to eye. But it's like you still be coming from your heart space with this pink pen here. You still are such a healer in nature. Like, you don't really have to like make anything or do anything. The presence is just what's healing. Okay, and so like you are, you could do your little herbs and your little stuff, but it's like you are so healing to other people, and that is so admiring. Like, your healing energy, they really love that about you. People really love that you have such a natural healing energy, and you're naturally like a protective person. Like, I handle mine, dog. I handle mine. What's up? What's up? And it's like, because it's like for example, like, you go hard for your family, like whoever you consider your family. Like, you really go hard, and you protect you protect the people in your circle. You feel very protective over your people, and you're a natural healer. um, and like, people really love and admire the fact that that's how you are and that's who you are. You have the three, it's in reverse. You have the three of hearts. I mean, three of swords, and this makes me think of like I said, like betrayals and things like that. So this is like, you've been through like, yeah, some definite like heartaches and betrayals and things you didn't see coming. Like, whoa, like what people that you were loyal to wasn't loyal to you, people that you was faithful to wasn't faithful to you, that whole type of situation. And it's like, people admire the fact that, like I mentioned, that whole secret thing. Okay, that's kind of, that makes sense why that came out and why this is here, because it's like, people admire the fact that even though they betrayed you, you never went on to talk about it. Like, you never, like, people would ask that person, for example, like if you broke up with somebody, nobody knew until they seen that other person, and they're like, hey, ain't you with, and they're like, no, we ain't together. She didn't tell you? No, I ain't never know. This is my first time hearing about it. And it's like that, like, you never bashed anybody like that or something like that. So that's what I'm getting. People really admire the fact that you don't put your business out on blast. That's what it is. And you don't put your business out on blast. I'm not saying everybody else don't put your business out on blast, but you don't go out of your way to put your business out on blast. And even if like you're no longer friends with that person, you're not going out like, that bitch did me, like they're dirty, this and that and this and that. You just, it is what it is, and on to the next type of thing. Like, people love the fact that you make moves in silence. People love the fact that they don't really know what you got going on until you announce what you got going on. People love the fact and admire the fact that you don't need any external validation. With the threes here, you got a connection, like with yourself, that mind body spirit connection. People really admire that connection. People love the fact that, and admire the fact that anything you want, really, like really, when you sit down and think about it, anything you want, you can get. Like, people admire the fact that you can do that. Like, whatever you whatever you want, like poof. You want to be crowned, like you thinking about it. What is it that I want? What is it that I want? Oh, I want to be king or queen. I want to sit on the throne, and whoosh, here we are. Oh, I want some money. Whoosh, there it is. Like in my own garden, and like whatever you want, you can get. And like people really admire and love that about you. Like you can get whatever you want. Literally, you can get whatever you want and whoever you want. Whatever you want and whoever you want, you can get it. And people really love the fact that, again, like you're a healer, and they love the fact that like you are gifted with your hands. Again, like the hands are very prominent in this reading, so it's like your hands are very healing. The touch, of your hands is so healing. Like they can feel like your intention and your love behind it, and people really admire and love that about you. And then the diving for lights. Exactly. People love that you are such a light in the dark world, or in their dark world. Okay, you bring lightness to the situation. You bring joy. Like we're ready to go to war, and you cracking a couple jokes just to lighten the mood. And you're just like, or you're the one giving that motivational speech, like we got this, we can do it. And it's like whatever it is, like you're so motivating. Just standing in your life, standing in your presence is just such an ease of feeling. And then you have pirate, longing for home, homesick for the stars. So people love and admire the fact that something about your energy is very comfortable and homey. Like in your presence, these people feel like they are at home with you. Okay, there's like a homeliness, a sense of community when they're in your presence. They feel whole, like nothing is missing. They feel like, yes, this is safe. So you create a safe place for people just by being in your presence. They feel very comfortable to be themselves. They feel very safe. And so it's like, wow. And you kind of bring attention to like things that people weren't even thinking about before. And you bring lightness to whatever the mood is. Like if the mood is heavy, you bring lightness to it. So yeah, now I'm gonna read some moon messages for you, pile number one. I'm trying to see. I called you pile number one. I'm pile number three. I apologize. You're very close to achieving your goals, so don't give up. Yeah. All right. Send me a message for pile number three. You are good enough. You're very close to achieving your goal. You are good enough. Wow. So yeah, like on a side note, you are manifesting like crazy. Like you're manifesting money, you're manifesting stability, you're manifesting success, you're manifesting status, you're manifesting just a good partner, you're manifesting good health. It's just a lot of manifestations going on. A personal issue reaches a resolution. You are good enough. This is just motivation. Like the moonology, the moon rules over our emotions. So this is like the emotional messages that you need to hear. Like this is going to bring you such relief. Like understand that you're very close to achieving your goal. You're very close. Like it hasn't happened yet, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. You're very close to achieving your goal. Just keep the faith. Just remain positive. Just continue to take care of yourself. Just continue to show yourself love and gentleness and kindness. And just remember to continue to remind yourself that you are good enough. You are worthy and deserving of everything that you're asking for and more. And whatever you're asking for, it's coming. Okay, it's coming so unexpected. You're gonna feel like it fell right out of the sky. It just popped out of thin air. It's gonna be so unexpected. But this is something that you want. This is something that you're waiting for. You just have to remind yourself that you are good enough. Just because you have to wait doesn't mean that you're not good enough. Doesn't mean that it's not coming. You're good enough, and you're not asking for too much. Never too much. Never too much. Never too much. Never too much. 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. I just don't wanna stop. Oh my love. Some of y'all might listen to Luther Vandross, but just get yourself in the mood because baby, because I'm feeling very hype and energetic with this pile. Like as I'm reading these numerology cards, there's like, yes, a personal issue reaches its resolution. Like, solutions, baby. So that's what I have for you, pile number 3. If you like this video, make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe to the vibe and ding the notification bell. And I will see you guys later. Make sure you enjoy your day. Bye.